Hello my farmers, welcome to Megwa Agro Input Site. I am Sarah Abalo. Today I'm this side of crops, as you can see from my background. Well, I'm so happy for the rain. I know our plants are already germinating, others are being transplanted, but we have these challenges of the crop pests, the fungal infections or fungal diseases that really are just waiting for our crops to start germinating or to be transplanted, and they start destroying our crops. We have many diseases of crops that can still destroy them from the bed and from their mother gardens. Majorly, I want to talk about vegetable diseases because we have the vegetables, for example, the tomatoes, the eggplants, the green peppers, that are either being transplanted or almost ready to be transplanted depending on the time you planted them in the nursery bed. We have a lot of vegetable fungal diseases. We have the downy mildew, we have the early blight, we have the late blight, we have the blossom end rot, just to mention them but a few. Now, as a farmer, when you visit your garden and you start seeing unusual signs, like you may get the leaves are just wilting, you get the roots are just drying up when you're even watering, and there's no serious sunshine that you would think has just burnt the crop, and sometimes you get the leaf is turning, it has some spots, it has some brown spots like the rust, and sometimes they end up drying. In other situations, you get the fruits rotting when they're still, they just start forming and they start rotting. And also, sometimes they can be ready, like for the case of tomatoes, they can be now red and ready, but still, you get the whole garden is rotten. There you should know that there's a problem in your garden. You should really suspect those fungal diseases in your farm actually. So here at MegwaVet, we have a lot of fungicides that you can just grab one of your choice and you use to spray them before, like, seeing the signs, or even when the signs are there. And there are very many from different companies, but there are all those fungicides. For example, we have this. Most of them are actually in powdered form. We have Indofil. We have what we call the Mistress. There are very many, like I was telling you. We have this one. You can just pass by and grab one of your choice. Like what I was telling you, as you can see from these pictures, you see how this tomato is rotting, and that mango fruit. So this also affects some other fruits like the pawpaws, the mangoes. So you can as well come whenever you see those signs. As you can see from this top light, please hurry to MegwaVet and grab one of the fungicides of your choice. Here we have the Sickle-Zeb, we have the Winner. So chemically you can control those fungal diseases by spraying them. However, we have other methods that I could say organically you can control them, or without the use of chemicals, like practicing what we call the crop rotation. Here I mean, once you've planted tomatoes, You should plant something after that, something that is not in that family. Like you cannot plant again something that can be affected by blight. For example, if you plant tomatoes, don't plant again potatoes because they are all affected by blight. And also we have other methods, like last time I was showing you the resistant varieties. Like I was telling you, planting F1 varieties, like this is tomato that is really not so much affected by blight. We have the F1 varieties, they are at least resistant to blight. And also you should do what is called the mulching. Mulching is the covering of topsoil with grasses. You should also do what we call the sterilization. Like when you're putting them in the nursery bed, you should sterilize your nursery bed to kill the larva stage of those pests and the rest. And when you're watering, you should make sure you water from down. You don't water from upward, all the leaves are wet. You make it from the root zone actually. And there's also what we call the proper spacing. You should also make sure you do the spacing correctly according to how your agronomist has advised you. And then also for the case of affected plants, you can uproot them or remove them and burn them so that they don't continue spreading the disease. Because, and also the farm tools that you're using, please do not take it to use it in the other garden that is not affected, because you'll be carrying the disease into that garden. You should be sterilizing them before using them into other farms. And however, when it comes to the use of these chemicals for spraying, there are precautions that you need to take when you're spraying. For example, you don't have to spray when there are signs of rain, because automatically it will rain and all the chemicals will be washed. And also you need to wear protective clothing like the gloves, the mask, and the specs, so that the chemical does not split in your mouth or your eyes. And for the case of splitting accidentally, please hurry to rinse that part with clean water and soap, and you rush to the hospital. And then also when you're spraying, you should not face the direction of the wind, because it will blow the chemical to your body, and you know those chemicals are not good for your skin. Sometimes they can itch and they can bring a lot of infections into your skin. And also you should not spray them. Like there are some people, like for the case of tomatoes, they even take them to the market with chemicals on them. Please, you're killing the buyers, you're killing even yourself. These chemicals are not supposed to be taken directly. Now some people spray them and they sell them to the market when they still have. There are times that you really need to leave. Like if you're now harvesting it, like on all these fungicides, at least you get that precaution side. Like some can be like, do not apply within 14 days of harvest, meaning that time you're going to eat that chemical. If you harvest when you've just sprayed them, that is a health hazard to you. So please remember to always read on it, on the precautions, how to spray, and so that you don't really mess up. And also you should keep the chemicals out of reach of children. You know, when they get they might think it is a glucose salt, whatever they you know, kids can just eat anything. So you should keep them safe, far away from children. And also after spraying, like after washing the equipment, the pumps, the clothing you've been using, you should be careful of where you're going to dispose the water, because that water has chemicals already, which are not really good for the animals' consumption, for the fish, for humans. So you should really take those serious notes. So thank you so much. That has been Megwa Agro Inputs.